Hello. welcome. Thank you for joining me for the usual Sunday night stream. Hope you've all had a great weekend, whatever it is you've been doing. And we will be delving in as we normally do on a Sunday to look at obviously the week just gone and looking into next week. Hello, Florin in the chat. Dunder, how we doing? And Gold Sniper, great to see you. Great to see everyone. And we will start by obviously looking at Bitcoin's bounce. So we obviously had the big pump on Wednesday with the 90-day tariff pause. We then came back to pretty much to the origin. And then we did go on a very nice pump from there onwards. Pumped, 8-9%. And the question is, where are we going to now? But yeah, overall, another great week of volatility this week. Some great moves to be trading. So yeah, all in all, some great opportunities out there, and yeah, Bitcoin is still providing the volatility. Evening, Alex. How we doing? All good, hopefully. Yeah, not so bad at all. Cannot complain when the sun is shining. But yeah, volatility wise, it's been great, obviously, for longs and shorts this week. If we do, also what I want to look at is the trend line break that we've had now. So I think we can pretty comfortably say that we've broken this downtrend as it stands. Hey Stonksy, how we doing? Yeah, so I think we can pretty much be confident in saying we've broken this downtrend line. Now, where have we got? I think this is a main liquidity point, and then up towards 92k is a main liquidity point in terms of potentially looking for liquidations built up over time while this trend line was intact. But I think this is one of definitely the main one that I've got my eyes on for this week. So we'll see how that develops and what comes through from that. But that is most definitely something I'll be watching for, as discussed on Friday. But yeah, pretty much we can comfortably say this downtrend has been broken. Where that takes it is obviously a different question. But evening everyone who's jumped in. Great to see everyone. Epong is saying my expectation is 85k. Looks like they grabbed a 90k area now. I think this is potentially rife for a sweep. Yeah, I'm definitely watching this area here. Come and take out these wicks. So we'll see if we get that early in the week or not. Hit them likes, said Steve. Yes, do make sure you drop a like on the stream, please. It is very much appreciated and does help the channel out. Evening, Hala. How we doing, my friend? Great to see you. Yeah, this is definitely something I'll be watching for into this week. Is a liquidity grab on Bitcoin. Nothing more, nothing less. We'll see how it develops. But let me know in the chat, what's your expectations? Where do you think we're going next? Where do you think we're going this week? I think this week, again, is going to be another great week for volatility. So I think, we can expect some, great opportunities in the market. Evening, Math. How we doing? being in absentia or let us jump on. Oh, do you want to come on now? Do you want to come on now, Hala? You can come on now if you want. Yeah, if you want to come on now, you can. I only do a short one on a Sunday evening, so it won't be long. But if you do want to jump on, yeah, you can. Let me know. But yeah, do make sure everyone drops a like on the stream, please. Let's see. Do you use Prime XBT as well? I don't know. I don't. Saver Crypto says, evening. I'm a bit bored waiting for a train in Cardiff. Not looked at the chart, but I guess Friday's CME is nearby. Very nearby, yes. So Friday's CME closed at oh, hang on. Friday's CME closed at 84,055. So we are only about $400 away from the sorry, no, we're not. What am I on about? We are about $600 to the upside of the CME gap that will be created, depending on obviously where we go in the next couple of hours. But yeah, it's not going to be a major gap at all. Steve says 87,530. I have a short set. Yeah, I'd be liking that area as well. I would prefer a push up to liquidate them wicks, which would take it towards 89k. That is my preference, but yeah. David Dortmund says we are obviously in a bear market. Nobody wants to admit it. Only. I mean, yeah, potentially. I mean, the trend shifts at some point, doesn't it? The trend shifts at some point. So, yeah, we potentially are. I mean, there's no really bullish case. There's no like major bullish case unless we reclaim 92k. So, yeah, currently we're kind of in no man's land until we get anything more. So, yeah, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, let me shoot you. I'll shoot you this invite on Telegram now, Hala. There you go. Sent you the invite over. Bitcoin will start to run. Yeah, potentially. I mean, it needs to reclaim 92k in terms of the broader in terms of the broader picture to give it any sort of like big bull case. And yeah, I mean, until we do that, then I don't disagree with what our good friend David in the chat is saying. I mean, personally, all I'm doing at the moment is just treating this as a range. So I have no kind of bull or bear bias at all. So all I'm doing is probably better using this. All I'm doing is treating this in a range. So I think this is, you could extend it, up to there, but I think this is the current, this is obviously, a current range for Bitcoin. So I'm just treating it as that. I'm just trading the range. So yeah, like I mentioned, I mean, bull case will be reclaim here, anything in here is just an opportunity to slap it both sides. And then obviously, if we break down, I think we would definitely fall through this area now. I think we'd fall right through that. So I think if we broke down, we'd be going to mid 60s in terms of testing anything below down here. I don't think that we would bounce off this anymore, given probably most buys have been exhausted here, that maybe we're waiting down here. David Dawkins says, I'm a maxi myself, but you have to see the obvious game that's being played out. Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do really is just to attach kind of no bias to it if you can, isn't it? You know, treat it just as a trading market. So yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it from here on. Definitely, if you want to, make the smartest decisions in the market. What's up, Stel? How we doing? Or should I say Jeff? See the levels and trade on. That's on indeed. Yeah, that's it. I mean, Stonksy bot as well. Stonksy bot is absolutely smashing it. Stonksy bot got a great trade. I think was it on Friday? Jeff, I know you're obviously in the chat. You'll be able to know because I know you put something about it, didn't you, into the Discord? But yeah, I mean, Stonksy bot is absolutely smashing it. David says, "What do you think, Martin?" So I'm actually not TMG. I'm not that Martini guy. I am Dave. I work at Stonksy, which is obviously founded and owned by TMG. But yeah, I'm not TMG himself. I agree with your takes. I agree with your takes. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, anything above, if we do reclaim 92k, I think that gives it a much, much more bullish outlook. But, given that the high time frame trend has been up for so long, I struggle to get bullish on the market unless we reclaim this level here. Unless we reclaim 92k, I struggle for my bullish outlook. But in the meantime, I don't really care because I'm just enjoying shorting and longing while we're currently in this range. The volatility has been great. Stella says it was amazing, took profits multiple times. Yeah. Jalapeno says just sorting mic and cam settings, mate. No worries. No worries, mate. But yeah, let's see. Should we see what Stonksy's been up to? So I know it's still long on the hourly. Interestingly, Bitcoin's came right into this level that I was see, I drew this on Friday, coming into here. I'm tempted to have a bit of a nibble on I don't know. I want to short this, so I want to short a push into like 88. Can you look at the bull flag on H bar? If Bitcoin can behave, it looks good. Yeah, let's see. So H bar, just like in general, is still sticking at that resistance. So we're still getting supply overcoming demand as we're hitting into this region here. So this is the region for H bar to break, and then I think it probably faces a little bit more of an obstacle up here as well. But let's see, H bar bull flag. On what time frame? On what time frame? The 1 hour. Hang on. Let me just add. Hello, Jalapeno, my good friend.
Are we on?
You're on, mate. You are live and direct.
Yeah, mate, how's it going?
I'm very well. I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. This is a world's first, isn't it?
It is. It is. I haven't put your camera on. I've left it off. Do you want it left off?
I don't mind, mate. You can put it on, leave it off. Totally up to you.
Well, it's completely up to you. I don't turn mine on Sundays because I stream from my couch on a Sunday. So it's up to you. You can just leave it as your voice with me if you want, or if you want me to put you on there, I can put you on.
Just leave it off then. I'll leave it off.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this 1 hour bull flag. That let's see 1 hour bull flag. What, mate? This maybe? I don't know. I mean, I think it just needs to kind of break this like 1750 region here, and then I would expect the expansion up into the 19 cents. Is what I'd say. Just needs to break like this area. But yeah, how are you doing, mate? How's things?
All good, mate. All good. Finally, decided to look at some crypto today for the first time in start of Feb, I think.
Yeah.
Just completely stayed away from it, but things are looking a bit different now.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Nice to see. Yeah, other than that, mainly just trading gold, as you well know. That's been the main play, to be fair. Just gold. Had a look at Bitcoin, ETH, Solana today.
Yeah.
It seems to be moving in the past sort of couple of hours as well, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a drop on, which is annoying because I was going to go and just kind of just small short it.
Yeah.
While I wait for it to potentially go a bit higher. But it's dropped a couple of $100, which is very annoying.
Which one's this, Bitcoin?
Yeah. Over the past 5 minutes or so. It's been dropping down, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's your overall like view and opinion on the market? What are you kind of thinking?
Let's see. Can I share? I mean,
yeah, I can put your thing up, mate. Hang on.
I really don't have a lot on my chart, like at all. Now, which screen am I sharing here?
You've not shared anything yet.
Okay. That'll be why. Settings. Oh, it wants me to quit and reopen. Never mind. But I mean, it's pretty much what you said, to be fair, on Bitcoin. I think, was it Monday we came down and tapped into that. I mean, it's a similar zone that Justin talks about and has on his charts, which is we tapped into that liquidity area that sort of started back in March last year.
Yeah.
And then we've gone up since then. I don't think that range is completely done yet, because I think I have it down to about 73 too. But whether we'll actually go there or not in the immediate future, I don't know, because it's looking pretty bullish. But then, similar to what you've said, that 92 zone, again, there's a clear liquidity zone there that sort of started back from November last year. the tops of those candles on the
Yeah.
daily, sort of all the way up to where we are now. That's the place to gain, realistically. I've not had a look on the 12 months yet, but sort of our yearly open was 93.5, so that would sit just above that range there, so that would tie in with that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, short term, I'm bullish, and I know I took a look at some alts today, and again, the sort of the theme of the day is the down.
Yeah.
In fact, I think pretty much everything, at least on Bybit and BLOFIN, is mostly red, bar a couple. But again, I'm hopeful. There seems to be looking at getting some sort of 4-hour chart sort of change of characters seem to appear in bullish characters. So I don't want to say that the bottom is definitely in, but it might be. Who knows? It's crypto.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they would just treating it as like, you know, for trading. I think the current conditions have been great.
Yeah.
Or just as a trading aspect, you know, nothing. Looking at it, nothing more. I mean, the volatility both ways has been insane, hasn't it? The past couple of weeks, especially just how quick they are. Like these moves, you know, that are coming down and then bouncing back up and then down and then up. They're not taking days or anything like that to come off. They're going very fast. So
yeah,
I think the conditions at the moment are great for trading. As for like a kind of like bullish outlook, I think you just need to regain 92k. I think that is literally the only thing that matters, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do have some regrets recently because the stuff that I had on my charts back in sort of last time I sort of really looked at them, I put some stuff on there in February, and then I just sort of went away and just left it all. And then I think sort of as of sort of last week, a lot of it has actually played out, and I'm like, I think it's time to start paying attention again.
Yeah.
And if I'm feeling that way, there's probably a lot of other people out there that are also doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's tough out there. You know, it's a tough market, in it. But I mean, the volatility is certainly, you got to enjoy it while you can, haven't we? Before we get like another, you know, maybe 2-3 weeks of just sideways boringness. But
what's your thoughts on all these ones recently that are just getting delisted in the masses?
There's some pretty dodgy behavior, like, in it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, in terms of volume and stuff, if they're not hitting the volume on the exchanges, then you can understand, obviously, an exchange delisting something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it just seems a bit strange, like how it's suddenly just come out. You know, like these delistings, and like how hard they're hitting them. You know, they're not just doing like 1 or 2, are they? They're doing like quite a few of them. And then my grievance with you know, exchanges is that, you know, if you're going to delist stuff like that, and some proper stuff as well, you know, like Mask, and you know, there's been some like actual, you know, regardless of what you think of, you know, like tokens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, some of them, you know, have not been just like meme coins or whatever. They've been proper projects. Yeah, my annoyance is, if you're going to start delisting stuff like that, then stop listing the shit. Do you know what I mean? Just stop listing absolute turds.
I was very surprised by Binance delisted Burger, didn't they? I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an OG CZ project, and his own exchange called it, and I think it was at that point I was a bit like, what is going on?
Yeah, a bit strange. Yeah, a bit strange, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know kind of what the angle is, whether they're just literally, whether it is just a cleanup of getting rid of low volume ones or what. But I don't know. And yeah, especially ones that are kind of tied to CZ as well. It is a bit of a surprise. I mean, even if they're doing low volume, you could still just keep them there, couldn't you? You could still keep them listed, but yeah, I don't know. Is a bit of a strange one, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what have you been up to then? You've just been trading gold mostly.
Yeah, I've been quite busy at work, to be honest, and a few other bits, but mainly just gold. Because, well, I say it's the only thing that moves with a bit of sense, but gold just seems to be printing all-time high after all-time high after all-time high. So, but that's mainly scalping more than anything. And similar way to sort of how I do Bitcoin at the minute with higher time frame. Yeah, there she is.
I mean, it's absolutely insane, isn't it? Now, I think potentially though, I think the way that you look at it, and because of gold, how it is as well, I'm maybe looking at this, and I don't know what your thoughts are and stuff, but this kind of maybe looks to me like the start or maybe the midst of a blow off top, maybe, because like these candles are huge, aren't they, for something like gold?
Yeah.
For the size of gold, you go back to have 3 daily candles in a row like that, like the sheer size of them, obviously on an asset like gold. We're looking back, normally like that's not the norm in gold at all. Like look at the normal size of the candles on the daily. I mean, even on a run up like this, even when it was running up here, we're not getting like that, them huge candles. So I don't know whether it could just keep blasting, couldn't it? It could literally just keep top blasting and go even maybe towards 4K. But the size of them candles and the way it is just moving up only, I don't know whether this is the start of a blow off top or what. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't consider myself to be an expert, quite like you and Justin, who are absolute gods at this kind of thing. But if I'm right, I think if you looking to move sort of gold, move the price at these levels by around even $50-ish requires several trillion, I believe, in capital to do that, which gives you just an idea of just how much money is getting plowed into this thing. But like you say, the last 3 the candles from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are just that is huge expansion, especially for an asset like gold, because it doesn't normally move like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's done. What has it done there? nearly 10% in 3 days, which
is insane.
Yeah, it's insane for something like gold. So I mean the size of it, I don't even know what its market cap is now, but it must be probably about 20 trillion or over 20 trillion.
Yeah.
At this price. I haven't kept up with it, but I imagine it's around that or even over.
Should we find out?
We could.
Market cap.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of, you look at this as well. I mean, the volatility's there on gold as well, innit? Like when we talked about it on Bitcoin before. I mean, the volatility is certainly there on gold.
Yeah, it has been, which has made it such a great asset to trade, because gold is very respectful of things like fair value gaps, time-based liquidity, so daily highs, daily lows, and things like that. So even this massive expansion that we've had for, you could say it's been going on for months.
Yeah.
It's still, when you zoom in and you day trading, it's still very respectful of those levels, which makes it quite a good asset to trade. I'm just looking now. The current estimated market cap is just under 22 billion. 22 trillion.
Wow. Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? It's monstrous. I mean, to put that into perspective, the total market cap of crypto is 2.65. So just literally just over a tenth.
Yeah.
Just over a tenth. I mean, the total market cap of crypto, excluding Bitcoin, is 1 trillion. So Bitcoin is 1.5 trillion-ish or 1.6 trillion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's, a good 90% plus smaller than gold still.
And it just goes to show you as well about, when we talk about fundamental analysis, how much FUD there's been about the whole Fort Knox thing and how there isn't as much gold in there as first thought. And I think there was an article, was there some sort of video or some clickbait tonight about Fort Knox again? But it's just had no negative impact on the chart whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a couple people theorizing that particularly the blow off top, the acceleration we've seen in the past 3 days, it may be China dumping US T-bills, dumping treasuries and maybe buying up gold instead.
Yeah.
Don't know how true that is, or even if it is a possibility, but obviously given the trade war currently, maybe that's had a bit of an effect. Maybe China is buying up gold. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, potentially. The market makers must be having fun with it, though. That's for sure.
Especially if it carries on as well. If it carries on the way it's going, could find itself towards 4K in the next couple of months, which would be absolutely crazy, really.
It would, and as long as when the retracement comes, we can short it back down to zero. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Justin obviously with his high time frame plotting would obviously probably have a good point of interest. But I mean, for me, you look at this and this range that it traded in looks prime for retesting at some point.
Yeah.
Over time, it's not going to just suddenly plummet down there, but wherever it goes, like to kind of eventually drift down and potentially retest that. Even if it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe just global fears don't go away, and then maybe that just causes gold to just hold its price and maybe just small dips and then just keep on ripping. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. It'd be interesting to see what happens if everything cools down. The tensions and the fears and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Dave? What sort of stuff have you been looking at? What have you been trading?
So I have only been trading Bitcoin really at the moment. Just been sticking to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The volatility on it has been great. So, that. But then plus also the fact that I think it's just very hard to trade altcoins at the moment. Unless you're catching, whatever. So obviously I know Sol is an example here. It's had, really good strength. But with obviously the fact that we're in a headline market, obviously it's just moving on headlines, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just find it just a lot more peace of mind and easier just to trade the market mover, which is obviously Bitcoin. So, you don't have to worry about if we're going to get a piece of news and then, say for instance, you're looking to trade an altcoin. You don't have to worry that we're going to get a piece of news and then that's going to tank Bitcoin, which is then obviously going to knock on tank altcoins again or whatever. Or, if you're trying to short it, a piece of news that pumps it. Where it's just so much easier to trade the market mover, trade Bitcoin, and then at least then you can just worry about Bitcoin's levels. You don't have to then be worrying because the weakness on altcoins is still there and it's just ever present. Bitcoin drops a couple of percent and altcoins have already dropped 10%.
And it's the point when one thing's for sure is that it has tested people's mental strength, especially those spot holders for altcoins, because when you think that you know, and I know people, and you know, myself on some assets, you accumulate an asset throughout the entirety of the bear market. The bull market comes, and you go, oh yay, we're going up, and then we did in November. We had a good run, and then. But then to find that you look at your bags and you see that the price is, you know, 10, 20, and sometimes 50% below the bear market price that you bought at, you then got to start asking questions about, is this going to survive?
Whoa, a bit of breaking news. OM, you know what OM mantra?
Yeah.
Down 60%.
Who's delisting that then?
In a 1 hour candle, look at that. Well, that's on the daily. But on the hourly, it's just dropped like an absolute dead weight. What has happened to that? That was held up well. That's had some massive backing, that. Wow.
Will crypto Twitter hold the answers to this question?
That thing. I mean, if you look at the trajectory that it's been on, you know, it literally did go up only for forever, pretty much.
At one point, OM was one of the only things that was going up, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, literally just defying all odds. But 60%, wow. To be fair, I've had this level drawn out for ages on here. And maybe it's coming down into that, but I mean, I don't know. That is very strange. Don't know what's happened to that, but
I'm just looking now, but I can't see any news.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
But I mean, it was nearly at $9 at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not so long ago.
Yeah, absolute anarchy. But yeah, so I mean, we're getting a little push back up on Bitcoin now as well. We're back at 84,850. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this week on Bitcoin.
You looking for longs or shorts or either?
I don't know, to be honest. I fancy. Well, I did draw this out on Friday for a potential round off at these levels, which it has done so far, but I don't know. Either maybe a round off here, or I do fancy a run into the 88s maybe, and then push back down.
Yeah.
But I scaled in a little bit into a short position, so that'll just be one where I just add more if it carries on going up.
Yeah.
Only added a little bit so far, but yeah. So and that's it really. Luckily, I was long before this happened last week, and then I didn't short it back down or re-long it, so that was unfortunately two decently sized trades missed.
Yeah.
But,
Catch the next one, mate.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah. So apart from that, I don't know. Just be keeping a lookout this week. But yeah, I am looking to potentially short it back down from wherever it tops out. I personally think that we're just going to stick around in this range. So I think just longs and shorts either direction. I don't fancy us to go up because it's not like all the troubles have gone away and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be getting my charts ready to start trading crypto a bit more again, I think. So, but I'll probably be doing it based on higher time frame sort of points of interest. So
yeah.
I think if I'm looking at the 4 hour, I think my next I'd probably 86,700 ish as a possible decent place to short.
Yeah.
And then again, like you say, at that 92k range, it's really going to be wait for that reaction first, because if we gain that, then we're back in last year's range. Yeah,
exactly. It's just range trading, isn't it? I think that's all it is at the moment.
Yeah.
Just range trading, but yeah, no, big thank you for jumping on, mate. I appreciate it. It was nice that.
It's all right. I'm sorry I haven't prepared anything, but
no, not at all.
In future, I'll get something prepared and we can.
Yeah, you're always welcome on any time. I mean, obviously this is the first time you've been on, so it's great to have had you on.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me. Wonderful to speak
yeah,
to you.
for everyone who didn't know, obviously this is Jalapeno, and yeah, do you want to plug you? I don't know how many people we've still got watching. Like normally Sundays isn't a lot, but if you do want to drop your Twitter handle in or whatever for people to go and follow you, feel free.
Absolutely. I'll be a bit more active this week.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have you on again, mate. We'll sort out a time when you can come on properly.
Sounds great, mate.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all from me as well. Big thank you. Yeah, Wiz looked at OM then. We looked at OM then. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I'm waiting for Wiz to say, "Oh, I've been short on OM since $9."
Yeah.
Wiz has been smashing it. Wiz is absolutely smashing it at the minute.
Yeah. He's always smashing it, isn't he, in his lair?
If you need somebody to find a weird ticker to trade, Wiz will find you one.
Wiz is the guy, the weird ticker guy.
Yeah. I mean, I bought a bottle of Tropicana orange juice today, and I probably pumped Wizard's bag because I know he likes to trade orange juice.
Yeah, orange juice futures, he loves it. Wiz has gone long on it, you're brave. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who's tuned in and still around. Do make sure you drop a like. Go and follow Jalapeno on X. He's dropped his handle in the chat there. And yeah, for those of you that normally tune into the stream, I won't be live tomorrow because I'm actually off tomorrow. But I'll be back on Tuesday as usual. So look forward to that. But yeah, big thank you, mate, for coming on. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll get you on for like a full proper stream or, you know, a longer one.
Sounds great, mate.
Whenever you can, just let me know.
No worries. Great to hear your wonderful voice again.
It's great to speak to you. Enjoy your evening, everyone, and have a great week. And yeah, I'll catch you all on Tuesday.